Former The Bachelor star Clayton Echard has crushed Recchia for a second time. She was a finalist on his season along with Gabby Windey. Yet, what he did next was awful, but he had to stay true to his heart. Now, Clayton and Rachel have reunited, and it does not feel so good. Keep reading for more details. When Clayton Echard was The Bachelor, he had a slew of women to choose from. They were all vying for his heart and a chance to be his future wife. Yet, it all came down to Gabby Windey and Recchia. He was intimate with both ladies but opted not to move forward with either. This was a confusing move on his behalf, but Clayton wanted to give it another go with Susie Evans. He had sent her home because she was not comfortable with him being intimate with the other ladies. However, he soon realized he had made a grave mistake and went back with Susie. The two did eventually break up, and now, he is back looking for love. Both Clayton and Rachel joined Season 3 of Netflix's The Perfect Match and somehow rekindled the old flame. Unfortunately, within 24 hours, Clayton regretted his decision and ended it with Rachel again. He explained that they reconnected, but he did not want to drag it out. Therefore, it was best that it did not go further, but it crushed Rachel. She could not believe he was back to his bachelor ways and doing this all over again. Clayton Echard stated that Recchia had no idea he would even be there, so what was the big deal? That detail did not matter as she was broken over history repeating itself. Viewers who watched The Perfect Match were stunned that she would get him another go. They also felt that he needed to leave her alone and not do this cruel thing. After rekindling the romance with Clayton Echard, Recchia knew someone would be after her. Gabby Windey, Rachel's The Bachelor co-finalist, was likely going to give her a beating. Admittedly, Rachel felt she needed closure with Clayton, and believed the audience did, as well. When this all went down on The Perfect Match, Gabby had no idea what happened with Rachel and Clayton. Yet, Rachel always knew how her former co-star would react. She knows now. But I knew I would get probably a beating. So I haven't told her yet, but it'll be fine. Gabby, sorry. Clayton also added that he did not feel a connection with anyone on the show until his ex appeared. That made him think it was a good idea to try again, but his gut soon told him otherwise. Chapter 1. The beginning of the end. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the sprawling mansion where Clayton Echard stood on the balcony, gazing out at the fading day. The journey so far had been a whirlwind, a mix of laughter, tears, and moments that challenged his heart's resolve. Tonight, he faced the inevitable, the final rose. Recchia sat in the dimly lit lounge, her heart pounding. She had come so far, revealing parts of herself she'd kept hidden, risking everything for a chance at love. Yet, beneath her confident exterior, doubt lingered. Was this truly what she wanted? Would Clayton see her as more than just a contestant in this game? Chapter 2. The second encounter. Their paths crossed again in the rose garden, where the evening air was thick with anticipation. Clayton approached Rachel with a hesitant smile, a mixture of affection and uncertainty in his eyes. Rachel, he began softly, I know we've already had our moment, but I need to tell you how I feel, again. Rachel looked up, surprised but hopeful. Clayton, I thought I understood where we stood. But hearing you say that makes me wonder, maybe there's still something left to discover. He reached out, taking her hand gently. I've never stopped thinking about you. The more I get to know you, the more I realize how much you mean to me. I want to see where this could go, again. Chapter 3. The Revelation. As they spent the evening talking, memories resurfaced. The laughter, the shared vulnerabilities, the doubts and dreams. Clayton confessed that meeting Rachel had changed him, made him realize what he truly valued. But beneath the tenderness, a shadow of doubt persisted. Could they really rebuild what was lost? Could they overcome the hurdles that had once seemed insurmountable? Rachel looked into his eyes, her voice trembling slightly. Clayton, I've been hurt before, and I don't want to go through that again. But I also know that what we have is rare. He squeezed her hand softly. Then let's not let fear hold us back. Let's be brave, together. Chapter 4. The Heart's Confession. The next few days unfolded with renewed hope. Clayton and Rachel shared moments of genuine connection, each revealing the deepest fears and desires. Yet, as the final decision approached, a lingering question haunted Rachel: was this love enough to withstand the storm? On the night of the final rose ceremony, Clayton felt the weight of his choices pressing down on him. He knew what he wanted, but was it enough to give Rachel the clarity she needed? Chapter 5. The Crush Revisited. When Clayton finally took Rachel aside, the air was thick with emotion. Looking into her eyes, he took a deep breath. "Rachel, I've come to realize something important," he said, voice steady but tinged with vulnerability. "I care about you more than I ever thought possible. But I also understand that love isn't just about feelings, it's about commitment, trust, and growth." Rachel nodded, tears brimming. "I've felt the same way. And even if it's hard, I want to try." But then Clayton hesitated, his gaze dropping momentarily. "There's something I need to be honest about. A part of me that's been holding back. I've been afraid of losing, afraid of being hurt again." He paused, then looked up with a reluctant smile. "I need to be honest, I've had moments where I felt overwhelmed, where I thought I might not be enough. And seeing you with others, it crushed me." Rachel's eyes widened in surprise. "Crushed you? I thought you knew how I felt." He nodded slowly. "I did, and it broke my heart. That's why I'm here now, trying again. Because I realize that what I feel for you is real, and I don't want to lose you." Chapter 6. The Second Crush. Rachel was stunned. She had thought their connection was solid, but to hear that Clayton had been so deeply affected, it was both heartbreaking and validating. In that moment, she understood that love was complex, messy, and sometimes painful. But it was also worth fighting for. Clayton reached out again, this time more firmly. "Rachel, I know I've hurt you in the past, and I'm sorry. But I want you to know that I'm committed to us, to trying again, to building something genuine." Rachel looked at him, tears streaming down her face. "Clayton, I've never stopped caring. And maybe this is our second chance." He leaned in, capturing her in a gentle embrace, knowing that the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but determined to walk it together. Epilogue. A new beginning. Months later, Clayton and Rachel stood hand in hand, facing a new chapter. The journey was far from over, but they had learned that love sometimes requires second chances, and the courage to crush past fears a second time. As they gazed into the horizon, they knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, stronger, wiser, and more in love than ever before.